Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime. Listen, I woke up this morning to some great news. I'm sure you've all seen it already. I know everybody's made a video about it already, but yes, Bruticus was revealed this morning. The pre-order for Bruticus and the pre-order for Armada Sideways went up, I think at midnight last night. But either way, let's just get into it. Let's look at Bruticus. This looks absolutely way beyond what I thought he was going to look like. I love how the skeletal system is different this time around. The skeletal system this time, instead of, well, you see it. You see how Swindle and how Brawl connect to him. Quite different. I think they figured out the exoskeleton, the skeletal suit. I think they finally figured out the way to utilize it in a way that it doesn't look stupid and it doesn't look like a frame. But yeah, to me, they pulled it off. And I think they're just going to keep getting better and better and better with each combiner that they make. This being no exception. So I obviously, I've already picked up Vortex, so I am in on this Bruticus. I think it's important also to not just focus on the combined mode. Because taking apart, like, these guys, taking apart the Constructicons the other night and, like, breaking them down for short, I actually realized how cool each individual toy really is. And, like, looking at Bruticus, like, it's not just Bruticus that you're buying. You're buying Vortex, Brawn, Swindle, Onslaught, Blast Off. You know, like, these guys are just as important as the full combined mode. Not everybody likes to display the combiner. Now, obviously, yes, that is what we buy them for. But at the same time, when you take them apart and you start looking at how cool that they look, you know, without being combined, you realize that, hey, I've got 5 really awesome individual toys. Now, also, Armada Sideways. This came out looking way better than what I had anticipated. I had the original Sideways back then. Well, my son did. He's 22 now, but you figure back then he was like 5 or whatever. And that was an amazing toy. And this one is no doubt just as great, but way better, obviously, because it's been, 20 years. And you do get both riders. But now back to Bruticus. I will make a video about Sideways later. I just wanted to show him. But for the most part, this whole thing is about Bruticus and the future of where our favorite franchise is going to go. With this exoskeleton suit, it makes sense because Onslaught is an artillery truck. So for him to have a turret, as the back of his truck mode, it makes perfect sense. Unlike with Silverbolt, like, that was just, they did what they had to do and it worked. Don't get me wrong. It worked. It's fine. And now Superion is one that I do keep displayed as Superion. But after making this video and after what I just said, I think today I'm probably going to take him apart and let them breathe as individuals. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always about the combined mode. Now, have people started complaining? Of course they have. It's not even, this is the first picture that we've got to see of this guy this morning. And the alls that we can, everyone, it's all the same comment. A lot of people think he just looks too pudgy. He looks too short. He looks like an infant. His legs are too, And I'm sure there's a DNA kit cooking up right now as we speak to make his legs longer or wider. My take on that is, let's just wait till we have it in hand, because pictures don't do the toys justice. A lot of pictures don't until you actually have it. Look at, like, the Age of the Primes. A lot of them, even Star Convoy, when you first saw the pictures, it was like, this looks like a giant play school toy or a toy for like a 10-year-old or whatever. But then you get it in hand and you're like, oh, wait. This is way better than what the pictures showed us. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be the same thing with this. I think that they just might have cropped the picture or shrunk the picture or whatever. But either way, I like how they made Blast Off look as though he is the chess piece. Like, they kept that, uniform to look exactly like the shuttle, even though we know that that's not the same piece. I think it all works. I do. I think it all works. I think that we should just sit back and wait until we see this all come together and see it in hand before everyone and their mama just start making, you know, oh, the legs are too, and the from the knees down is super wide, but then he's got these little pencil thighs. Come on, man. Let's just wait. Because we said the same thing about Menosaur. We said the same thing about Superion, looked bland. And then those same people make a video 4 months later after they've completed it, and they're like, oh, wait, this actually looks way better than I thought it would. And the pictures didn't do it justice. So let me know down in the comments, what do y'all think about Bruticus? Do you plan on finishing him? Do you plan on picking him up? Like I said, I went ahead and got Vortex when I was trying to finish Superion, because I knew that was going to be one that I wanted to obviously finish. I just showed off my Bruticus a couple days ago. He's standing back there behind the Combaticons. And looking at what's coming and looking at what I have, I believe, and that this is just me and my collection, I think I'm going to keep him as Bruticus and then just put the regular Combaticons around him so that it looks like, you know, so you have the combiner and then the robots around him, because I don't want to get rid of him. That was my second third-party toy ever, and I only paid $60 some for that Bruticus, and he's 20 some inches. But I will be picking up this new one. Like I said, I'll leave that Bruticus as the combined mode and have his guys around him. That's what I want to do with him. And like I said, if I do pick up Devastator later, I will combine those guys back together and then put the separate Hasbro versions around him. But yeah, I think this looks great. It's definitely one for me to pick up. I think Armada Sideways is another one. He looks great. Definitely one to pick up. Again, let me know down in the comments, what do you think? And now that we got to see him, I'm gonna anticipate, I'm gonna guess and say that around February, we should start seeing the leaks for Defensor and maybe Predaking, the new Predaking, that combiner that could possibly come out 2026. We will see. Time will tell. As for Defensor, man, that's going to be another one that, because of my Demon Knight is so tall and gorgeous, I can't see myself like being like, well, I'll put him away. No, that's 23 inches of a ridiculously awesome looking toy. Another one that I would just take the rest of my guys and stand them around him. But it's your buddy, the 14th Prime. Let me know what you think. We did finish the Constructicons last night. I decided not to wait. So if you didn't see the video the short on Hook featuring my stylist, please go back and watch that video from last night. And today, hopefully, we will start Abominus Week. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime.